Hello friends, Ashton here. So today I'm going to introduce a new add-on called Chalkline for you. So this add-on uh, is my first add-on which is published in Google Workspace Market. So if you are interested, you can have it installed. And there could be some issues there, bugs there, because I did a bug fix today. So it was released yesterday, and right now it's more focused on the Google Sheets. And we are focused on the data filter. It's basically filter your data a little bit easier. I'm going to show you later in the video. And another focus is for the automation for Google Forms. And basically it's going to handle the form submission. So let's say if I want to generate a unique ID for every single form submission, and if I want to create a PDF file with some content from this submission, and also we can send it as an email, so some mail merge features in this add-on. And this is so far what we have. So I'm planning to add more features, maybe for Google Sheets, for Google Slides, maybe Google Documents. So that's just the first release. All right, so let's just have this installed so we can get a refresh start. And this is the scopes we're using. All right, so now we have this installed, and I created this brand new spreadsheet for the YouTube video, and this right now is just a blank. There is nothing is here, and I'm going to launch this add-on here from extensions, and you should be able to find this add-on called Chalkline. And yeah, so by default it should looks like something like this. So for this add-on here, on the top we have a status bar here, and we have a version here you can use. Basically, if I do some update, I'm going to increase the version number and have some tips for what we did in this version. Okay, just in case for some updates. And then we have our homepage for the most common used functions we're going to add. So right now we only focus on the data filter, and we have some quick filter to filter the data set. Right now we don't have any data set to be tested, but I'm going to show you later. And also we have a section here for filter the data with regular expression. So this is like a more advanced filter functions here. All right, and I'm going to introduce the second tab here called trigger. So this is more for the automations, and right now we only have one automation for Google Form, so we can add more. So right now we just focus on this part. Okay, so to use this form automation, we need to make sure we have a form created. So let's just create a new form with this one. And if you are planning to send email, so you can either create email field like this, or you can turn this, I think we can have this option to turn, I don't remember where to get the email. Okay, collect the email. So which one is collect email? Respond will be required side. I think it should be this one. So I think this one and this one, both of them should work, I think. If we select this one, do not collect the email address, then you need to create a field which is use it to basically you need to collect the email address for the user so you can send email to them, right? So any options will work, I think. So I'm going to use this verified. So it seems like by default it looks like something like this. So I'm going to add a name field here, make it short. I'm going to duplicate this one. So this is only for tests. So this, and I'm going to give it a note here. Okay, so just for testing, make this required. All right, so we have a name field and the notes. I think should be enough for testing. Let me bring this in. So I have this here. You can rename this whatever you want. So we have this timestamp here, and then we have the email address. So because we are collecting email address, so it's going to be a column which is populated automatically for you. And we have this name field and the note field. So once we have a form linked to this spreadsheet, we can create a automation for this form. And so we have three sections here. So first one is a column here called, maybe you're trying to generate a PO number or something like that. So I call it UID column. And here is going to be the header name. So if this is a PO, something like this, right? I think we can name it to PO number. And you can give it a prefix. So maybe I say PO dash. And then how many digits for these numbers? You can, basically the length of the digit. So basically this is the limitation for how many records you can get, right? And then for the current ID, so for a fresh start, this should be from number 1. So if you want to start it from 10 or something like that, you can change this value. So this is basically for the UID. And then we have a function here to generate a template, generate a PDF from either a Google Slide or Google document template. So in my folder here, I have a sample here for Google Slide and Google Documents. So for this test, I'm going to copy this URL. And you will see here we have some placeholders we can use. So let me just set it up. So I'm paste this URL here. All right, and we have this option to trash the copy, because every time we're trying to create a PDF file, we make a copy of this template, and you can decide if you want to trash it or not. You also can trash this PDF file if you want. Okay. Then the last section here for this automation is sending email. So I say YouTube test. And you can use placeholders here too. So if you're collecting this name, so all of these columns in this tab, in these responses, can be used as a placeholder. So if I'm trying to include the name in the subject, I can do something like this. And for this field too, so this is basically the column where the email is collected. So for this one, I'm going to copy this email address and put it here, so we know which column should be used for email address. And the last one is going to be your message to the users, right? So I'm going to say this is a test message. You also can use placeholders here. So I say this is a notes, right? So I can do something like this to send the message if we want. All right, and you can have this option to attach the PDF file to this email. And let's just create this this automation. And now once this is created, you have this option to update your trigger. Or if you don't want to use it, you can delete it, this automation. All right, so I think we should be able to run a test. And to do it, I'm going to open the form and I'm going to submit. So this is the email is collected, and I put my name here. This is for YouTube video. I'm going to submit. And once we have this information here, as you can see, it's going to generate what is this? This is PO number. And we have a problem here is for this timestamp. Okay, so this could be a bug, but what this is doing here is trying to give you some flexibility to format your, maybe you want this timestamp to be displayed in a different format. So maybe sometimes you have some numbers you want to apply $sign, something like that. So we are copy the format from row 2. So I need to fix this by changing this number format to maybe a date like this. And in the next submission from the form, where is my form? So I'm going to run another form submission, test 2 for YouTube. I'm going to submit, and this time, so you will see this date is formatted, and we are copy the format from row 2. So I think it's a good idea to, because initially we don't have any record here, so maybe we need to set up a test, and then we can continue like this. And to verify the result, so you will see here, I should probably get some email here. So no. Okay. So you will see this is the first test, and this is the message we got. So we have the placeholders replaced. So this is the notes, and this is the subject is also updated. And if I'm checking this file, so we have some placeholders which is not updated. That is because we don't have a column called UID in the, in our form, because this is the original template. I didn't do a template update for this video. So this is the original template I'm using. So we have some columns for age or gender, things like that. And we have right now we only have the email and name and note, and the timestamp is here, right? So this is basically the automation. And if I'm trying to show you the file, where the file is saved, so this is a template. The file will be saved under the same folder where you put your template. Then the files are going to be saved to the same directory on your drive. Okay, so I have a folder here, as you can see. So this is like a template folder for my template, and then the files. So if you don't trash all of them, if you check both of them, you won't have any copies there. So if you have some, so if you don't check all of them, so you don't trash the copy, you don't trash the PDF, you should have a copy here in this folder. And you also can use placeholders in your template file name. So in this case, we can update the file name. Basically, we can use the placeholders in the file name, and we can in the body here. So this is an example with a template with Google Document, and we can do the update here like this, right? So this is about this part. And then what we can do here, so with this filters thing here, so I'd like to, let's say I'd like to filter. So basically this filter, if once you have a data set, so this is not very easy to handle. So I can say, I select a cell, and if I'm trying to filter test 2, so I can just equal to test 2. So I can click on this equal to, and then it's going to filter this text here. It's basically going to apply a formula here to get the data you need. And basically this is all about these filters, and you can use something contains, and you need to enter some value or starts with, things like this. And for the regular expression, so you will see here we have these columns collected from this tab, right? So I can say I have a name here, maybe test, and we have a preview. maybe I need to refresh the data set because we have some update. So once I refresh the data set, you will see here, I can get this test as a preview. So if I'm trying to apply this regular expression filter to here, so you will see here is going to generate a regular expression. So just in case you're not very comfortable to doing this, all of this thing here, I think it's going to help you to simplify the process a little bit. So this is more about the regular expression. And if you are in another tab, like here, I have another tab here. It won't fetch the data automatically for you. So right now, this data is still the data from the responses, and you need to refresh to get the latest data. So here, in these columns right now, it's changed to a different. It's going to update this list for you. All right. And this is more about this fundamental data filter feature here. And the last part is just a basic. Right now we don't have a lot of settings, so I'm planning to add some settings for users. So right now the only setting we have is if we want to, because as we are adding more and more features, this is going to be a very long list. So you can decide which one should be open, expand by default. So if I want to expand filters and regular expression, so I can save it like this. So next time if you load the sidebar, it's going to open it for you automatically. So that's basically right now what we have here. And very similar, if we have multiple automations, we can also use this as a settings. So in the other things, and if any issues you found in this add-on or any other ideas you have for this tool, and you are welcome to send me, a feedback. If you want to do it, you can send it from here, or you can just send it to my email, to my Gmail. Totally fine. All right. So I think that's it for this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.